Hi everyone, it's a four-gun guy. And I was up at the range the other day and I met a gentleman that recognized me. Hey, you're the guy that does those videos. I said, yeah. And we got to talking and he was relating his first year journey to me. And it was really interesting because it sounded a lot like mine, a lot like other people that I see and that I talk to. And one thing that he was talking about was timing out. He said, I timed out a lot last year on stages. I said, yeah, that's what happens. You're getting used to how to shoot, the positions, how to get into position, how to hold a position, what equipment to use, what that prop feels like and looks like and whatnot. I said, it takes time to do that. When I first started shooting PRS, and even today, when I read the stage brief, I start to bring this personal impact confidence assessment into my mind. It's not a number I come up with. It's simply I look at a stage and I go, okay, number one on my list is, do I think I have enough time to engage all targets in this stage diligently? And by diligently, I mean dial the dope, get on the target, break the shot, assess the shot, take recoil into consideration, and if I'm 2 shots on that target, get back on the target, take the shot, assess the shot, and so forth. So do I think I have time to do that with every target on this stage? I'm saying, what prop am I shooting off of? Well, I'm shooting off a tank trap and the point of a tank trap at 700 yards. That's not too stable for me. Okay, so there's one. The wind is 8 miles an hour or so coming from the left. It's full value. No, okay, I might be a little confident in that, but not so much maybe. Experience-wise, I have faith and confidence in my experience that yes, I'm going to be able to place the bag on the prop, on that point on that tank trap, for example, load my rifle into it, be stable, and shoot. So that's good. The last one, those eyes, no confidence because as I said, I'm older. I can't see. I have a hard time, let me put it to you this way, of seeing my misses. The other important thing with the eyes is not seeing your misses, seeing the impact on the plate. And another friend of mine, Larry Deese, who does my barrels, he really made me think about that one match. He said, it's not that you missed or that you know where you missed. He said, but when you're hitting, where are you hitting on the plate? And it really got me to thinking. The younger guys, can actually see the impacts on that plate. So here's the plate, they hit here, they see that they've hit 3 or 4 inches right of center, they know that they have to adjust. I can't necessarily see that impact. What I see, what I focus on now, and what I'm telling you to focus on, even as a beginner if you have great eyes, focus on what that plate does, right? Focus on the fact that if you hit that plate, the plate does this. If the plate does this, you didn't hit it center. You hit it on the right edge or the right side, right? If you hit here and it does this, you hit it on the left side. Come in a little bit on your next shot. So those are the things that I got to thinking about, and I wanted to use one stage as a really good example of this, and something that I did when I first started shooting badly. I adjusted to it, made some better decisions and better scores, and now I'm at a point where I feel confident when I do see that stage. So let's get into that stage. Well, here it is. You're going to start standing with your bags, everything in hand, just like normal. The first target is 600 yards. You're going to shoot that target off a tank trap. 600 yards, 1 shot. Then you have to move to a different place on that tank trap. Could be a point, could be a valley, doesn't matter, but you have to move to a different position on the tank trap. Shoot a 700-yard target with 1 shot, move to another position on the tank trap, shoot an 800-yard target with one shot. Then you're going to transition to a bench. And I'll put all this on here, to a bench. You're going to shoot 900 yards, 2 shots off the bench. Then you're going to stay on the bench, shoot 1,000 yards, 2 shots on the bench. Then you're coming back to the tank trap, shoot 800 one shot, 700 one shot, 600 one shot, all from different positions. You have 2 minutes to get all that done. Okay. Let's talk about what I did when I first began and what I've seen in matches and what I did going forward. When I first began, I got up there, placed the bag. I'm kind of wonky, off balance. I use the valleys when I can on the tank trap. Shoot that first target, 600 yards, and I probably got an impact. Great. What I didn't do was assess where I impacted the target. If I missed, where I missed. I didn't do any of that, right? I was too much in a hurry trying to get through all the targets. So you can see that I didn't do what I said at the very beginning of this video. I didn't look at the stage brief and say, I got 2 minutes to do all this. I'm not that good yet to be able to shoot all of these targets. I should probably leave some targets out. What targets am I going to leave out, right? That's what I did later on as I started to learn, right? But back to the beginning, I'm trying to hit the 600. I either hit it or miss it. I move to another point on tank trap, 700, hit it or miss it. I don't know where I missed if I missed. I'm not paying attention to where I hit. If I hit, I'm just hearing impact because I'm so busy running this bolt and getting to the next thing. And I still do that today. The guys in my squad and the guys I shoot with will tell you, I'm a very fast shooter. I don't take my time, and I'm really working on that. But then when I got to the bench, I'm on the bench at the 900-yard target, 2 shots at it. I don't see anything because my eyes aren't that good, even with a great Gen 3 on my rifle. And at that time, I was running a Zico, even a better scope than this. Then I get to the 1,000 yards and I'm taking my time, zero. I get to back to the 800 on the tank trap. I shoot that and bam, the timer goes off. What did I just do? I left the 2 easiest shots on the table. I left the 600 and the 700 yard shot on the table. I never even got back to them. So what did I do after I did that, like in 2 matches? I got to a match and I went, okay, all right, I got this. Before the buzzer began, I looked at the spotters and I looked at the RO and I told them both what I was going to do. I said, I just want you guys to know that when it gets to the 1,000 yard, it's going to be 2 very quick shots. They're going to be at the target. I will be on the target. You will see splash around the target. I'm not worrying about hitting that target. I just want you to know that. And they'd look at me with a puzzle and like, okay. And that's exactly what I would do. But I always got back to the 700 and the 600 yard targets where I was very confident in my ability to impact them. Before, I didn't even give myself a chance to get to those targets, right? And sometimes ego gets in our way. Ego in that, oh, wow, I see these other guys hitting that 1,000 yard. I guess I got to hit it too. No, you don't. No, you don't. I've seen a lot of really, really good shooters, people in my squad and squads before us, do exactly what I did. And they're really good shooters, but they'll get down and they won't even get to that 600 yard target. Them dropping a shot because of that, that's a match to them, right? Or could be a match, or could be a top 10 finish. So I just want you to think about a lot of this stuff. And I did put together something that I want to do. Let's go out into the backyard. And I hooked up the trigger cam and I've got some targets out there. They're just my telephone poles that go down the back of my easement there. And let's see what this might look like just kind of rigged up in the backyard. Okay, well, I have a rigged up system here in the backyard. I'm going to dry fire because I can't live fire, obviously. I'd have a SWAT team down on me. I'm going to treat the tripod as the tank trap. I'm going to treat my barbecue with the box as the bench. And I do this a lot out here. I dry fire a lot off these props. So what we're going to do is I'm going to start the trigger cam. I'm going to start my stopwatch. I have to do a lot of things at once. I'm going to get in the position I would be in. They would yell, ready, go. I'd just throw that bag there, put this bag here, and on the first target, I would already have my dope. So I would fire, assess where I hit or missed, come off. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit, come to the second target, dial. Shouldn't have done that right there. Shoot with a recoil, come off. Look at my wrist, dial. See, when you don't really have to do it, shoot, recoil, assess, come off. Then I'm coming to the bench. Come to the bench. Here. Down right now. I have to dial my dope, so I look at my wrist, I dial the dope. Come down for 2 shots. 1, recoil and assess. 2, recoil and assess. Then I would have to dial my dope for my long target. Come down on it. Shoot, recoil and assess. Come back up. Shoot, recoil and assess. I'm really not assessing that one. Then I'm going to come back to the third target, dial my dope back down. Come on, do it. Shoot, recoil, come off, come to this target, dial my dope back down, look and dial. Shoot, recoil, don't care. Then I'm going to come to the last one, look at my dope, dial. Shoot. And that's it, we're done. That was roughly 2 minutes and 4 seconds there. I got all shots off. I'm comfortable with that. But that's where I am in my journey. If this was really in a match, I probably would have taken another 10 seconds, to be honest with you, because there's a lot of things that are going on in a match that aren't going on here. So I probably would have timed out on that last one, right? So really, I'm going to leave the trigger cam going. What I'm probably, and what I usually do in a match, is when I'm down here on this target, let's say the 900-yard target, right? I'll go shoot, recoil, assess. Damn it. Shoot, recoil, dial my 1,000, shoot, shoot. That's what I'm doing, and I'm out of there. So you saw that whole sequence on that 1,000 yard. Took me about, what, 4 seconds? Instead of the probably 10 to 15 if I was really trying to hit those. Look, let's get back for final thoughts and we'll kind of recap what I did, what you might want to think about, and we'll go from there. Well, I hope you enjoyed this one. You know, out in the backyard there, that was really taking me, what, I think I said 2 minutes and 4 seconds or a little over 2 minutes or whatever. But that's not the reality, right? That's dry firing. Even though I kind of mimicked a little bit of recoil, there's a whole lot of difference there. You're really assessing your shots when you're in the match, you're shooting the stage. And also there's a lot more movement, right? The movement out there was very minimal. I came from the tripod, I went to the thing, I went back to the tripod. Out there, you might have 3 tank traps. You have to shoot separate tank traps before you even get to that bench. So a lot of differences. Or you may have to go prone, which is a whole different story, really. But the whole point of this was please look at those metrics I was talking about, right? I've got them here. That's the prop, the wind, the experience, the eyes, and the range, the distance, and kind of assess what you think you need to do for that stage to maximize your impacts. That's what this is all about, right? So if you get to a stage like this, I don't care if everybody hits the 1,000-yard targets, and I don't care. In a couple matches, I've gotten an 8 on this stage by doing exactly what I said I did. I basically skipped the 1,000 yards, but I got everything else. And here's what I'm saying. I want to preface this because I'm going to get some comments on flaming one off into the sky above. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying get down and just fire 2 rounds. I'm saying get down, get on the target, round, get off the target and move. That's what I'm saying, because you have to be somewhere around that target, right? I watched other guys miss the 1,000 yards and time out on the 700 and 600. They dropped 4. So just think about that from a mind perspective, right? It's not all about this rifle, and it's not all about that cartridge. A lot of it's up here. So with that said, I've got a lot more coming up. I appreciate all the likes, the comments, the subscriptions. I really appreciate it, guys. And until next time, shoot straight.